Hey everyone, my name is Gary Garrick. I'm a writer and filmmaker. I wanted to take a moment to show you the two pistols that I've bought in the last 30 days or so. This was the first pistol I bought, which was, excuse me, this one was the first one I bought, the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. It's really based on the Glock 19 technology, except it uses Smith & Wesson's 40 caliber rounds. I mean, look at it. It's like nearly identical except for the polymer and stainless steel pieces. But I'll tell you that in terms of grips, this is a very comfortable weapon. Now, there's a sister version of this gun, the SD9 VE. Purchased this one as well because I said, oh, fuck it, I want the pair. The nice thing about these two weapons is they're lightweight. Trigger pull on this is about 6.5 to 7, or excuse me, 7.5 to about 8 pounds. This one's about 8.5 to 9 pounds. The Smith & Wessons have very inconsistent trigger pulls, so a lot of people have been converting the triggers. Again, based on the Glock 19 design, especially with the takedown pieces here, which are on both sides. In fact, Glock sued Smith & Wesson over this gun, but it is a good gun. It's a very reliable gun, accurate. It's pretty damn accurate. I mean, there's a few times where I thought I was right on the mark and the gun didn't fire where I wanted it to, but, you know, it could be just me as well. Very comfortable, ergonomically great, has the index finger positioning so that people aren't, which I find some people have said, why do we have these? And I'm like, well, in my opinion, it's because as a kid, what are we used to doing? We pick up a gun when it's a water pistol and you go right for the trigger. This way, with a gun like this, you get used to it, and there's your index finger. In fact, to get used to picking up a gun properly, if you're not familiar with it, is just lay it on the desk and keep picking it up. You reach for it, keep picking it up. Go again. This way your fingers, even if your gun does not have these index dimples, just reach down, grab it, pick it up. Keep doing that until you get used to it, because honestly, as kids, when we're playing with water pistols, the first thing we do is we pick up a gun, we put our finger in the trigger hole. And you don't know if a gun is loaded. This one is loaded. So you don't want to do that. So lay it down, pick it up. Practice, obviously, with an unloaded gun, but boom, boom. Boom, boom. Now, these guns, like I said, are very similar in design. They're actually almost identical in weight, which is great. But same thing with this one. Has the trigger index fingers. Boom. Now, I didn't get to fire the 9mm till this morning. I put about 100 rounds through it. It is a very smooth firing gun. The recoil is about 25, 26 pounds. Recoil on the 40 is about 32, 33 pounds, give or take. These guns retail from anywhere from, I've seen them as low as $319 to $360. They come with 2 magazines. They both come with a lock. They come in a cardboard box from Smith & Wesson, and they are pre-fired before shipment. Again, a replica of the Glock 19, as some would say, is a ripoff, but affordable. Affordable self-defense weaponry. Does not have a safety, but it's good to go. Has the same takedown as a Glock. But again, if you are new to firearms, lay your gun on your desk, pick it up like this. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is some people have the biggest mistake of doing the following when playing with a gun. I'd like to show you the biggest mistake people make when they're showing off their weapon. Now, they'll do that, or show you with this one so it's in camera. These guns do not have rounds chamber, but what they'll do is they'll check first, they'll go like that, then they'll drop the clip, then they hand the gun to somebody. But guess what? What's still in the chamber? Aha! Round. Yes, exactly. So, the proper way to always check your gun, put my round back in here. By the way, the Smith & Wesson 40 SD40 VE has a 14-round clip. The 9mm has a 16 round. So you have your gun in, okay? Let's say you have a round chamber, which I do now. Drop the clip first. Place the clip to the side. Then pull the slide back to remove the bullet in the chamber. And then the best thing too is when you hand somebody a gun is hand it to them like that using the lock piece. on the side. So you can hand it to them. It's empty. You know it's empty. And it works better that way. Always be safe than sorry. But that is the review to show you guys the two guns side by side and a couple of gun safety tips for beginners. Again, when you're picking up your gun, always put your index finger on the outside. Lay it on the table, use your hand, approach it, make sure your index finger hits the dimple. That's why I like the index dimples. Just my personal opinion. In terms of both guns, which ones do I like better? I have to say I do like the 9mm better. I know I'm a pussy 9mm piece of shit. The 40's got more balls, blah, blah, blah. 9mm. Now, so I have a friend who says that if you want to practice your accuracy, use a 9mm because it has less recoil. But I tend to disagree with that, especially with first-time gun owners, because if you buy a 40, but you practice on a 9, when the kickback on the 40 or the trigger pull on the 40 comes up, it's going to surprise you. So you should always practice with the caliber that you're going to buy. 9mm are decent guns. I don't think there's anything wrong with a bullet's a bullet. Somebody's coming after you and you're using a jacketed hollow point. It's going to do damage. So, you know, a gun's not a toy. It should be safely secured. It should be locked away. But remember, when picking it up, always put your index finger on the outside of the gun, never in the trigger. So keep practicing what I showed you. Take your hand, put it there, make sure your index finger's on the outside when you pick up the gun. Got any questions, leave comments. But again, about $350 for these weapons. Affordable self-defense weaponry from Smith & Wesson with a Glock look. Anyways, have a great day.